The Inventory Boss consists of a training course as well as a software solution. The training course will teach you all the mechanics that you need to know about managing your inventory and logistics. It comes into two parts. The first part is the lecture, where we teach all of the things you need to know about inventory management. And the second part is the lab. Now, the lab is where we onboard you with your data and our software. So you go through the lecture, won't take more than a few hours. Then the lab is where we go through and show you how to hook up your business to the Inventory Boss software. What you're going to learn in the lecture is how inventory management works. But when you get to the software, you're not going to be doing math or figuring anything out. You're going to be clicking buttons. The first thing you see when you open the software is what's called the snapshot tab. And what it does is it tells you immediately through color coding what's going on in your inventory. But right now you got red going on in this particular product, which means you're bumping up against your reorder point. You need to make an order from your factory and you've got about 1 day to make it before you are going to run out of inventory. So all we have to do is click on that number. It's either an ASIN or a SKU. It shows us the product that we're going to be working on. Then we check the sales data just to make sure that there's no spikes or dips in our sales history, because we want to make sure that our data is good before we make forecasts based on our sales history. And this is where the power of a database comes in. You can see 2 years of sales data for every single product you have in a single program. There's no dips or spikes here, so we're going to go on to the seasonality index. Now, the seasonality index is something we can just skip over because it just gets calculated by the system. But I wanted you to see that the software builds a seasonality index. It'll also give you a graphical view of the seasonality for this product. And when we get to the trend analysis, all the seasonality is already built in. You don't have to do anything. Again, we're just clicking buttons. I know that none of this means anything to you right now, but we've got 3 different ways of forecasting our future sales. I'll use the weighted moving average. You're going to learn all about this in the lecture. So I've clicked the button. You're also going to learn that there are certain things called trend errors that occur in forecasting, but we can correct those errors by another click of the button. And now we move on. Now we're going to select a forecast horizon. Let's say we're going to make an order that goes all the way through the end of December. All we do is calculate that out, and the program does all of the work for you. Again, you're just clicking buttons. In this case, the program says we need to order 1,047 units, but we know that we want an extra 500 units for Black Friday. So we're going to make a manual adjustment and add 500 units right here. We already have 393 in stock. So what we really need is to order 1,155. We take a quick check on the EOQ, which you're going to learn all about, and realize that we're right in the sweet spot of our optimized order size. Again, everything is done for you by the Inventory Boss. All you're doing is clicking buttons. Our order is going to be 1,155. We enter that amount in the number of units to order and click the Add to Master Report. The report's been added and we just go to Continue. This takes us to our Shipping and Warehouse Fees tab, where we see a couple things here. We see our information regarding our Amazon fees, our warehouse fees, and we see that our incoming order of 1,155 is going to arrive in August. So what do we see from this? Well, we see how many units are forecasted per month, so we know how many send in to Amazon. We see that our Amazon fees for storage are going to go up tremendously in the fourth quarter, and we have the ability to see how to best manage our Amazon storage fees versus our warehouse fees. From here, we go to our order report, and we see there's our order right here, how much it costs us, how many CBM it's going to take up in the container. Looks like it's going to take roughly a little over a third of a 20-foot container. So we select 20-foot container. And so what the program will do is it will aggregate all of your orders, sort them by port, and allow you to download shipping manifest and order reports for your factories. That way you can coordinate your orders and your shipping with your factory representatives and your freight forwarder. The last piece for this demo is the refinement tab. The best thing about keeping all this data in one place is that we know what our forecasts are for each month. The Inventory Boss is also going to tell us for every month at the close of the month how much our sales actually were. This way we can compare actual sales to forecasted sales, and the system will automatically refine our next order so we become more and more accurate with each iteration of each order that we make over time. This eliminates all guesswork from your inventory management. And consider how fast I made a single order. You'll be able to make orders for your entire business in a matter of an hour or so. Fast, accurate, with no guesswork. The last thing I'll show you is our stores. As you can see, we can aggregate data from Amazon, Shopify, Walmart, or WooCommerce. So we bring all of your sales data from all the different platforms you have. Even different regions in Amazon can be added. An Inventory Boss takes that, puts it all in the database, and allows you to handle the logistics and inventory management for your entire multi-platform e-commerce business.